Rishi Markandeya was blessed with the vision of Sri Krishna in the child form, resting on a banyan leaf. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of this. Once, sages Nara and Narayana visited the hermitage of sage Markandeya in the Himalayas. When they told him to ask for a boon, Rishi Markandeya wished to see Maya Shakti of Bhagavan, by which people think that the world is real. Then, one evening, Markandeya was performing his Sandhya Vandanam on the banks of the river Pushpabhadra. Suddenly, a great wind rose which created dense, fearsome clouds and poured down heavy rains accompanied by thunder and lightning. The rain was so heavy that the oceans gradually swallowed the surface of the earth. In that great deluge which destroyed everything, Markandeya was left all alone. The sage wandered aimlessly in darkness over the waters of the deluge, being battered by wind, waves, and creatures of the sea. He realized that these were not the waters of the river, but the very waters of Pralaya, the world ending flood which submerged all of creation within it, before the beginning of the next cycle of creation, maintenance, and resolution. This seemingly endless flood of waters is symbolic of the endless trials and tribulations that one goes through in daily life. These signify Bhavasagara, or the ocean of becoming. He finally came to an island on which was a young banyan tree full with fruits and flowers. On one of its leaves was resting a child whose effulgence dispelled the darkness around. The child placed the toe of his feet inside his mouth and started to suck it. Markandeya was filled with such joy that the hair on his body stood on its end. The child suddenly inhaled and drew Markandeya within his body. Markandeya saw the entire universe within. He was amazed to see all of creation within that child body. He saw the sky, Swarga or heaven, the stars, planet Earth, cities, streams, and kingdoms. He saw villages, clusters of hermitages, and various kinds of activities. He saw the great elements and all forms of physical creatures. He saw time and its many forms of manifestation. The sage saw the entire creation as if it appeared right there in front of him. The child then exhaled and threw Markandeya outside near the banyan tree. Thereafter he vanished, and Markandeya found himself near the river performing his evening worship. Krishna in his infant form is endearing to all. Who does not feel love for a child? Who does not feel like engaging with a child, brimming with purity, openness, and delight in just being oneself? We feel like we do not need to put up a pretense and can just be ourselves in the presence of a child who does not judge us. We long for the innocence, suggesting a purity and an immunity to manipulation. This particular vision shares its similarities with two other instances where Lord Krishna demonstrated to his loving devotees that he exists not as just another part of creation, but as its very source, as the Creator himself. One was, of course, the Vishwarupa Darshanam given to his friend and disciple Arjuna in the battle of Kurukshetra, and the other is to his loving mother, who asked him to open his mouth, suspecting that he had curd, but who ended up being dazzled at the entire creation within him. Bala Mukundashtakam is a beautiful set of shlokas which help a devotee meditate upon this enchanting form of Lord Krishna as an infant and helps to evoke Vatsalya Bhava, the free, unconditional love of a parent for a child. This is the context for the composition of Bala Mukunda Ashtakam. Ashtakam means 8, Bala is a child, and Mukunda is a name for Sri Krishna, which also means treasure. The refrain of the line repeated in every verse is Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. With my mind, I remember that beautiful form of the child Mukunda. Or briefly said, I contemplate on the child form Mukunda. Kararavindeena Padaravindam Mukharavinde Viniveshayantam Vatasya Patrasya Puteshayanam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Aravind means lotus. The lotus is unique because it grows in the pond, is sustained by its ecosystem, and yet it rises above the pond, especially its leaves, which remain untouched. The lotus is a sacred flower, and different aspects of Bhagwan's forms are likened to a lotus to indicate that Bhagwan pervades the world and remains untouched by it. Like here, Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. With my mind, I think of that child Mukunda. Karara Vindena Padara Vindam Mukhara Vinde Viniveshayantam, who with his lotus like hand holds his lotus like feet and puts the toe in his lotus like mouth. Vatasya Patrasya Puteshayanam, who sleeps peacefully on a banyan leaf in the midst of a deluge. Samritya Lokan Vatapatra Madhye Shayanamadyanta Vihina Rupam Sarveshwaram Sarvahitavataram Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Samritya, who after the dissolution of the earth, Lokan Vatapatra Madhye, in the middle of the leaf of a banyan tree, Shayanam, who sleeps, Adyanta Vihina Rupam, whose form has neither an end nor a beginning. Sarveshwaram, who is Ishvara of all beings. Sarvahitavataram, who is the avataram, the divine reincarnation for the hita, the good of all. Balam Mukundam Vanasasmarami. With my mind, I think of that child, Mukunda. Bhagavan Krishna in the Gita teaches us, Avyaktam Vyaktimapannam Manyante Mama Buddhayaha Param Bhavamajanantaha Mama Vyayamanuttamam. Those who lack discrimination, not knowing my limitless, changeless nature, beyond which there is nothing greater, look upon me, who is formless, as one endowed with a manifest form. Since we tend to think in a binary format, hot, cold, happy, sad, black, white, when Bhagwan is presented as both manifest form and formless, we want to hold on to one of the two. However, Bhagwan is both present with his adorable form, and at the same time, Bhagwan is consciousness without a beginning nor an end. We are able to seemingly hold this paradox because one remains independent of the form, although the forms keep changing. And so I can lovingly think of that child form, Mukunda. Indivarasyamalkomalangam Indradidevarchitapadapatmam Santanakalpadrumamashritanam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. With my mind, I think of that child Mukunda. Indivara Shyamala Komalangam, who is like a dark blue lotus with a tender and soft body. Indradi Devarchita Pada Padmam, whose lotus like feet is worshipped by all devas and Indra, their king. Santana Kalpa Drumamashritanam, those wanting children when they seek refuge in that never ending, wish fulfilling tree are blessed. In a related point, one of the astrological remedies for mothers seeking to have a child is to keep an image of Sri Krishna as an infant in their bedrooms and to chant the Santana Gopala mantra. And this remedy works. Lambalakam lambitahara शृङ्गारलीलाङ्कितदन्तपङ्किं बिम्बाधरं चारुविशालनेत्रं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. With my mind, I think of that child, Mukunda. Lambalakam Lambitahara Yashtim, who has long curly hair and wears a long garland. Shringara Leelankita Danta Panktim, on whose rows of teeth are marked the enchanting smile of the play of love. Bimbadharam Charu Vishala Netram, whose lips are red like the bimba fruits and eyes are wide and lovely. The Leela of Bhagwan is mentioned often across the Shastra. And so, Leela or divine play of creation suggests that creation, instead of achieving any purpose, is rather an expression of the free, playful nature of Bhagwan. As Bhagwan is flawless, there are no unfulfilled wants, signifying freedom instead of necessity behind the creation. Shikye nidhayadhyapayodadhini Bahirgatayam Vrajanayikayam Bhukta Yathishtam Kapatena Suptam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Shikye Nidhayadhyapayodadhini, the one who steals the milk and curds from the pots fixed on the swing. Bahirgatayam Vrajanayikayam, when the cowherd girls of Vraja go out. Bhuktva yatheshtam kapatena suptam, having eaten them, according to his wish, he pretends to be sleeping. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. With my mind, I think of that child, Mukunda. Bhagwan Krishna's incidents during childhood, filled with mischief, help us delight in his playfulness and lightheartedness. We suffer because we take everything too seriously. We do so because whatever we experience is reality until we inquire into it. Kalinda Jantasthitakaliyasya Phanagra Range Natana Priyantam Tatpucha Hastam Sharadindu Vaktram Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. Kalinda Janta Sthita Kaliyasya, who on the Kaliya snake situated inside the river Yamuna, the river which originated from Mount Kalinda, Phanagra Range Natana Priyantam, danced joyfully over the top of its hood. Tatpucha Hastam Sharadindu Vaktram, holding the tail of the snake with its hand, his face shining like the autumn moon. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. With my mind, I think of the child Mukunda. Once, Sri Krishna and his friends were playing near the river with a ball. While playing, that ball fell into the river, and Krishna jumped in to fetch it. In the river, he was attacked by a violent snake, Kaliya. The snake tried to crush Krishna by coiling around him, but Krishna escaped effortlessly. Krishna dragged the snake onto the surface of the river, jumped on one of its heads, and started performing his cosmic dance. He had assumed the weight of the entire universe in his tiny feet and almost crushed Kaliya to death. But Krishna stopped after hearing the prayers of Kaliya's wives. The humiliated and defeated snake asked for forgiveness from Krishna, and Krishna commanded him to return to his own place and blessed him that his Vahana, Garuda, would never attack him. Ullukale baddhamudara shauryam Uttunga mangalilam Utpulla padmayata charunetram Balam mukundam manasa smarami. Ullu khale baddhamudara shauryam. The one who was tied to the mortar by his mother, but his face radiated unperplexed heroism. Uttunga yugmarjunam angalilam. He showed the divine play of uprooting the pair of lofty Arjuna trees with his body. Utpulla padmayata charunetram. He looks out with his wide open eyes, which stretch like the beautiful lotus petals. Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami. With my mind, I think of that child, Mukunda. According to the Bhagavad Purana, once Krishna was playing in the sand and was swallowing it. Upon seeing this, Yashoda, his mother, was furious with him for disobeying her and punished him by tying him to a mortar or a grinding stone. Later, he allows himself to be bound and accepting of his mother's love. He could not be bound literally nor in any other way. Yashoda often tied the mischievous child Krishna with a small stone pounder in the courtyard. One day, when he was tied to the pounder, Krishna uprooted the twin Arjuna trees with the pounder and freed the two trees which were devotees of Shiva with his grace. Alokya matur mukhamadharena stanyam pibantam sarasiruhaksham satchinmayam devamanantarupam balam mukundam manasa smarami. Alokya matur mukhamadharena, who looks at the face of his mother reverentially, while stanyam pibantam sarasiruhaksham, drinking milk from her breasts, his eyes like a lotus situated over a lake. Satchinmayam devamanantarupam, his divine form is infinite, pure consciousness. Balam mukundam manasa smarami. My mind remembers that beautiful child form of Mukunda. Filled with love for that child form of Mukunda, we enjoy listening to his glories. We are awestruck with his extraordinary powers. We pay close attention to what he reveals about himself, and we understand that form is not the opposite of formlessness. Rather, formlessness that is infinite, without boundaries, is not another form, but is a basis of all forms as consciousness. Leading us with love, Krishna shows us Ahamatma, I am Atma, which is Ananta, boundless and limitless. Om Shri Krishnarpanamastu.